are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, very good afternoon first of all, and we have Kay from University of Indianapolis, and the thing is over here, like one more competition we are gonna run as we have a big university with us. The people who shows more interest in listening to the presentation and ask the good number of questions, they're gonna get some gift vouchers. Is that good? Everybody ready? So shall we start, Kay?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay.
So hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming to my presentation today. I wish I could be there in person, but I guess this is the next best thing. And I will introduce myself. Oops. So my name is Kay Gunyon. And I am the undergraduate international admission coordinator for the University of Indianapolis. And as you can see, there's my photo from a few years ago. And I would like to know who is here in the audience today. So do we have potential students or their families, their parents?
Yeah, I do have students and parents as well. I have one of the students as well.
Excellent. And what level students do we have? Are they interested in undergraduate programs mainly?
Yeah, there are some students online who are online who are undergrad, and there are a couple of students over here who are looking for undergrad, and there are some students who like to know about postgraduate as well. At the end, if you could tell something about post-graduation in US, okay, so that will be really helpful.
Okay, yes. I actually work with undergraduate students, and that's the main focus of the presentation. But I'll try to add in a little bit of information about graduate programs, and then people can ask me questions for whatever we don't cover. And I know you suggested some topics. We definitely want to, we'll talk about the general characteristics of the university, as well as costs and scholarships. I know that's important.
Right.
Talk about our location. So is there anything else that anyone would like me to cover today?
No, you can go ahead with your presentation. You got another 25 minutes for the presentation, then we'll be having a question and answers. Okay?
Okay. All right, great. And I forgot to say I will be discussing the admission process as well,
right.
For undergraduate really. Right. And please interrupt me anytime if you have questions, or we can have that at the end. So we'll talk first about our location. Is anyone there familiar with the city of Indianapolis?
I am. Dr. Fred is there.
Dr. Fred. Well, that's great. Well, he can tell you all about what a wonderful city it is. And does anyone know, besides Dr. Fred, he knows, but anyone else, do you know if Indianapolis is in the east of the U.S., the west of the U.S., or the middle? Does anyone know?
Does anyone know? No.
No? Okay, great. Well, I better show you a map then. So we're actually located in the middle of the U.S., and here's a map of the middle. So you've probably heard of, Chicago, so that's in the yellow part. And then Indianapolis is about 3 hours by car southeast of Chicago. And one thing about Indianapolis I wanted to let you know is it does have quite a large Indian community. So there are religious facilities here. There's actually a very beautiful Hindu temple, and that's very new, and lots of restaurants, shops, and events with the Indian community. So there's a little bit there to make you feel more like home. In terms of climate, we do have 4 seasons, so a hot season, a cold season, and then 2 seasons where it's really nice, perfect weather. And July is our hottest month, and it gets to about 29 degrees Celsius in July. And then January is the coldest month, so that will get to about, well, the average temperature in January, the coldest month, is -7 Celsius. We are the state capital, and we have a population of about 1 million. So it's probably smaller than a lot of cities where you live. But there's an advantage of that in that it makes the city quite easy to get around. It's also very affordable. The Midwest is really one of the least expensive parts of the U.S., much less expensive than the largest cities and less expensive than living on the coast. And actually, we have been rated as one of the top 3 most livable urban areas in the U.S. And though we're relatively small compared to what you're used to, there are a lot of professional opportunities here. Forbes magazine, which is a business magazine, if you don't know that, has named us as a top 10 city in the U.S. for business, and has also named us as number 5 in the U.S. for expected growth in technology jobs this year in 2017. And I just saw recently that another publication has named us as number 4 in the U.S. for opportunities for women in technology fields. And that's basically what I wanted to tell you about the city of Indianapolis. And now we'll go on to talk about the university. So here's a photo from our campus, and you'll notice the signs in the photo, it says UIndy instead of University of Indianapolis, and that's because that's our nickname. And we have that nickname because Indy is actually the nickname for the city of Indianapolis. And if it will come up here, I have a short video. It's only 1 minute long, and it will give you some footage of both the university and the city. So we'll play this short video. Okay, get back to the presentation. So I hope that showed you a little bit of what things look like, and communicated that our main purpose at the university is to help students identify both their personal and professional goals. And in this presentation, I'll try to show you some of the ways that we help students achieve their goals. We are a private university. We were founded in 1902, so we do have a long history. We're very well established and well respected. In terms of our ranking, we are a top tier university in U.S. News and World Report, which is an organization which ranks all the universities in the United States. And we are classified among other universities in the Midwestern U.S., which have graduate programs. And out of those universities are divided into 4 tiers, and we are in the top tier. And I told you we had a long history. We actually also have a long history of welcoming international students. So we've had international students on our campus for almost 100 years, since 1919. So we have a lot of experience serving international students. We're a mid-sized university. We have about 5,400 students, and this semester we have 400 international students from 50 countries, and 70 of those students are from India this semester. We are small enough that we're able to give students a lot of personal attention, really through all stages, from the staff like me who help with admissions, and then most importantly from the faculty, the teachers. So our average class size is 17, so that's quite small. And after our students graduate, we survey them, and they always say that the relationships that they develop with their faculty ended up being really helpful in their careers. We have over 100 bachelor's degree majors, so there is a great variety. And I will focus on a few that I think you might be interested in. We also have over 32 master's programs in business and health sciences. And a few other programs as well. And then we have 5 clinical doctorate programs. And are there any particular majors that the students listening to the presentation are interested in?
Masters in what? Like, what masters are you looking for? So what have you done? What's your education? Engineering. Okay. So you're looking something into... Okay, do you have anything masters in human resources?
Human resources?
Yeah.
Yes, well, we do have an MBA program, and unfortunately I'll have to get back to you on that after the presentation to see if they have a specialization in human resources.
Okay, sure, no problem. I'll explain the student on it.
Okay.
And
all right, great.
Undergraduate and BS in physics.
You have BSc in physics for undergrad?
Yes, we do. Certainly physics, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a parent over here who would like to know about it.
Okay, great, great. We are going to talk about the sciences a little bit, so that's great. All right. Here are the undergraduate programs that I thought may be of primary interest to your students. So we do have engineering, IT programs like computer science, data science, information systems, about 8 undergraduate business majors. Sciences, we do have physics, biology, chemistry, earth space science, as well as health science programs. So to tell you a little bit more about the engineering program, because this is really in a phase of growth, we have some exciting developments there. So up through this year, we offered our engineering program with another university in Indianapolis. It was the Indianapolis campus of Purdue University. So we have been offering dual degree programs. But this year is the last year that we are offering that, and we just announced that we've received a $5 million gift, and we are developing our own engineering program. We started out this year with software engineering and industrial and systems engineering, and then we will be adding mechanical engineering in August of this year. And then we expect to be adding on more programs as well as we develop them. And I think that the structure of our engineering program is really a good example of the type of education that we do in our other programs as well, such as the sciences. So we have what we call a design spine curriculum in engineering. It's very project-oriented, like all of our programs. And in engineering, they have a 10-week intensive course and then a 5-week design experience. And this starts from the first year. For example, this first year, we had our first-year engineering students building small rockets and testing them out. I mean, very small rockets and testing them out. And then in later years, they'll do more advanced projects, including projects for real companies. And this gives students experience in project management, creativity, problem solving. They have to collaborate in multidisciplinary teams, so they don't only work with other mechanical engineers, say, but they have to work with other engineers, and they have to work with students in the sciences, and then they have to work also with students who don't know anything about science and engineering. So we also put an emphasis on communication skills, technical writing, and presenting. And all of our programs use a case-based approach, so they do real projects for the real world. And an example is from the School of Business. There's a local tech company called NetLogix, and they were thinking of expanding to the UK. So they came to our faculty and asked for advice, and the faculty made this a project in one of their classes. And so for the whole semester, a marketing class analyzed what the market would be for this company in the UK, and then at the end of the semester, the company representatives came to class, and then the students presented their recommendation. We also have student-run companies. For example, our communication students run a public relations firm, and it's actually an award-winning student public relations firm. And then they do free work for a lot of nonprofits in the community. In addition to the professional development that students get from their professors and their academic programs, we also have a career services office called the Professional Edge Center, and they help students develop skills which will help them navigate their careers. And this starts in their first year, and it really starts even before the students get to campus. For example, if we have students who have committed to us and are coming this year and want to start to work with them on, they can't decide on a major and they want to explore different majors, or they already have a resume and they would like this Professional Edge Center to look at their resume, then they can start with those services even before they arrive on campus. The Professional Edge Center offers over 60 programs per year to help students develop soft skills and interact with employers. For example, they'll have workshops on things like building your internet brand, like building your LinkedIn page, how to give an elevator pitch, which means very short, just a few sentences to promote either yourself as a potential employee or your company to someone. And they will bring in panels of representatives from different industries, for example, to give some advice to students on how to answer tricky interview questions. Or they will bring alumni to campus to interact with students in a professional, maybe a cocktail party setting, so that students can practice networking. Another form of professional development we do is both through internships and research. Do you have any students there who'd be interested in internships or research?
Any students? Okay, one small question I have some of this. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I have a couple of questions who are currently pursuing their bachelor's degree over here. Can you tell me some options for the students, like if they are looking for credit transfer, as somebody has done 1 year of their bachelor's in engineering over here and they want to do the credit transfer for their remaining years. So what is the possibility for those students?
Yes, in a few slides I'll get into the admission process, including the process for transfer students. In the case of a transfer student, we would ask them to get a course-by-course credential evaluation report of their university transcript from their previous studies. So that's no problem to give transfer credit. With engineering, we'd have to look at it carefully because we started with first-year programs in software and industrial and systems engineering this year. And then, I mean, that started in 2016. And now in 2017, we're going to the second-year programs in those majors, and then first-year programs in mechanical engineering. So depending on the type of engineering and how far advanced they are, they may be ahead of our class, if you know what I mean. So, for example, if a student already has a year of mechanical engineering and wants to come to UIndy in August 2017, then frankly, they'd probably be ahead of us.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It could be.
Yeah. So that's definitely a great opportunity in the future. We'd have to look carefully if you have any applicants right now for transfer engineering to make sure, because we don't want to give someone the wrong impression and get them there if we don't have the program developed yet for them.
How about the internship you're talking about? Like you were telling something about the internship for the students.
Yeah. So a lot of our students do internships, especially in the programs we've been talking about. Here's an example of one of our international students from Spain and Venezuela. She was a computer science and a physics major. And from her first, she's a very smart young lady. And from her, actually her first semester, she asked her physics professor to help her find an internship, and he did find her one at the Pittsburgh Super Computing Center. So the first summer after her first year, she did an internship there, and she did great. So she set her sights higher, and then after her second year, she got an internship at Google. So obviously that's fabulous. And then we have a foundation in Indianapolis called TechPoint, and they do a great job of developing the tech industry in Indianapolis. So she's actually done 2 internships. She's graduated now, but she's doing a postgraduate internship through TechPoint in Indianapolis. Here's another student from Singapore who is doing some research. And I won't pretend to understand her research at all in engineering, but I can tell you that what she's developing will be used for eye doctors. It's a type of ophthalmological equipment. And all this practical experience means that our students are very prepared for the workforce. So we have a lot of students who've been very successful. The young man on the left from China, he was actually a business major, but he decided he was interested in technology, so he went on to Carnegie Mellon for a master's program, and now he works for Oracle as a software engineer. And in the middle, you see Krishnan, and he was an economics and finance major for us. He went on to a PhD program at Notre Dame. And now he has a very high position at PricewaterhouseCoopers, the accounting and financing firm. And you also see Shahad, who's from India, but he has found his life and his employment in the Middle East. He lives in Kuwait, and he's a high-level manager for a luxury goods retail company. If anyone, would anyone be interested in campus jobs, do you think?
Sorry, I did.
Are students interested in campus jobs, working on campus?
Yeah, all the Indian students are interested to work.
Yeah, I would think so, that's of interest. So we do have lots of jobs on campus. Most of them are in office environments. If someone has computer skills, then there are a lot of jobs in that area. Or if someone wants to take a break from serious things and work with their hands, they can do that as well. So there are lots of campus job opportunities. In terms of services for international students, we have dedicated international admission counselors on the undergraduate level. That is myself and another woman. And we have, of course, an orientation for our international students. And undergraduate students have the option of coming actually 2 weeks earlier for an extended orientation program if they like to get used to life in Indianapolis and get used to the academic system. We also have a lot of programming for international students, international events. We have programs to connect students to other students. So we have English conversation programs where students can just come and talk with other international students or talk with American students. And then we have another program where students can be matched up with an American family, and then a couple times a semester at least the family will pick the student up and either go to their house for a meal or take them somewhere or do a special event with them. Of course, our international office helps students with visa matters, and we also have a shuttle program so students can safely travel around the city on the weekend, either to go out for entertainment, to go out for a meal, or to go shopping. We offer lots of fun and informative things for students to do. We have over 800 events per year, and we have over 50 student organizations. For example, we do have an Indian student organization. We have a Muslim student organization. We have student organizations in lots of academic areas as well. This photo is from one of our big events. We call it the Celebration of the Flags, where we honor every October, we honor our international students, and we always have a flag on campus representing every country that is represented on our campus, and then the students can put on some special clothing from their culture if they have it, or if not, that's okay. And then they parade the flags in, and then they are honored before our campus. And I actually have a short video about that. Would you like me to show the video? It's about 1 minute.
Sure.
Should I do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, I don't want to make you wait while it was buffering, but at least you got to see a couple of photos from that. At that flag ceremony, some Indian students did perform a dance, so I'm sorry you didn't get to see that part. We do have campus housing in a variety of living arrangements. This is a double room, so a lot of times undergraduate first-year students, if they're young, freshman age, they'll go into a standard double room, and then our newer residence halls are more like apartment style, and then we do have a brand new townhouse apartment complex, which is very beautiful on campus. We have a variety of dining options on campus, which does include a lot of vegetarian options. All our residence halls have live-in staff, both of fellow students, and then there is a graduate, a well-trained graduate student who's in charge of the whole residence hall. So they are kind of like parents and friends in the residence hall, and they make sure that the students obey the rules and stay safe, and make sure that everyone is well-adjusted and happy and has friends. And they do special programs for the students to help them adapt in various ways. All our residence halls, as well as some of our academic buildings, have key card entry, so students can only enter using their ID card for security reasons. And on campus, we don't allow any smoking, any drugs, any weapons, anything like that. So luckily, our campus has been quite safe. We haven't had anything serious happen. We do have an actual police force on our campus and an emergency alert system. So when you become a student there, you give the university your mobile phone number, and then if there's anything important for you to know about, even if there's a bad storm coming, then they send, automatically call and send a text message to everyone, so everyone can be safe. And I feel, sometimes I'm on campus late at night, and I feel safe as a female walking around by myself. Okay, so now we get into admission requirements, and I know this is something of great interest to you. So we'll talk about for freshmen. So for first-year students, we would require their mark sheets, 10th and 12th. I know a lot of students apply before they have their 12th marks, and that's fine. In that case, we would look at their 11th marks. And at bare minimum, we're looking for someone that has at least a 50% average overall, preferably higher. We do ask students from India to document their English proficiency. So we accept IELTS 5.5, TOEFL IBT 61, or PTE 49. For Indian students, since you do have an examination system, we make SAT, the U.S. examination system, is optional. However, a lot of Indian students will choose to submit SAT results anyway, and there are two main reasons. One is because, I'll talk about scholarships in a moment, but our larger academic scholarships are for freshmen, and those do require both good grades from high school, and those do require good SAT results. I'll explain. We do have some other scholarships that don't require SAT. But the other reason students may want to take SAT is if they are going to be an engineering major, then engineering does have a second admission process, and they do require SAT. In that case, they require a math 570 and a reading 540 on the new SAT. So for transfer students, we still need their high school documents. I shouldn't have put or 11th. I see that's a mistake on this slide, because obviously they'd have their 12th results if they're a transfer student. And then, of course, we need their post-secondary transcript. If they do wish to be considered for transfer credit, then they'd also have to order a credential evaluation report from an outside company. We're pretty generous with transfer credits. If you've gone to a recognized university, then you will get credit for everything. But the second part of that determination process is to see how your courses match our courses exactly. So sometimes if there's not an exact match, then students will receive credit, but it doesn't really waive any of our specific classes. And transfer students have to submit the same English proficiency requirements. For graduate students, I don't have that information for you. It's on our website, and then I can help anyone look that up for specific programs or connect you to the program. I believe there was a question about human resource management, so I can tell you they do require GMAT. From university, they're probably looking for a Division II at least, probably 50% at least, or the equivalent of a US B level grade. And all of our graduate programs do require English proficiency. Many of them are most familiar with TOEFL, and they require TOEFL 100. So the application process, I put up the URL there for the undergraduate application. There is no there is no application fee for the undergraduate online application. I believe the graduate programs, they would have a different URL, which we can help you find on the website, and they do charge an application fee. On the undergraduate level, we can make a provisional decision and provisional admission decision and issue an I-20 student visa document. What you would do is submit your official transcripts, mark sheets, examination results, financial documents, and a copy of your passport identity page to Study Metro, and you would fill in the online application, and then Study Metro would email me your documents. Sometimes we can verify some of them, so if we are able to verify, we just go ahead and do that. Then we make a provisional decision because we probably haven't verified all of them. At that point, we issue the I-20 and we express mail it to Study Metro. We do not require a deposit at that stage. So in other words, you don't have to pay anything to us to be accepted for provisional admission or to get an I-20 on the undergraduate level at least. On the graduate level, you would have to submit your official examination scores and official transcripts directly to the university. I don't know if any of our graduate students will offer any type of provisional admission. Graduate programs also have different deadlines, but all of our programs, well, our academic year starts in late August. So all of our programs offer a start at that point. A lot of all the undergraduate programs will offer a January start. Some graduate programs may offer a January start as well. We recommend starting in August. If you remember the temperature in January, I said it was average -7, so it's better if you're here a while and take some time to get used to that. If you come over in January, our coldest month, it's a little difficult. You can do it, but it's a little bit of a shock to you. And also, since our academic year actually starts in August, and that's where we have our full orientation program. When you start in January, there is an orientation program, but it's a lot less extensive. So I know it's convenient for some students to start in January, but August is better if possible. Undergraduate deadlines, we accept applications for a year. Of course, for the upcoming August, we've been accepting students, and students have been committing to us and depositing and reserving their spots and reserving housing since January. So it is better to apply as early as possible, especially for campus housing, that we can usually fit everyone in somewhere. But if you have some last-minute people, we could actually probably work with someone who even applied in July for August. We're pretty fast. We usually process within 10 days once we have everything we need. So we'll get that back to you as quickly as possible, and hopefully you could get a visa in time. For January, you might even be able to apply by December 1st and make it. And then if you don't make it for that semester, we can always defer your admission to a future semester. And then to finalize everything, we would ask you to have your official examination results sent to us for those exams that we aren't able to verify. And if on the undergraduate level, we allow students to bring their official paper documents with them when they come to Indianapolis, and we will just check on them at that time. So scholarships. Unfortunately, most of our graduate programs, our master's and doctoral programs, don't offer scholarships. But for undergraduate scholarships, for first-year students, they have the best opportunities. So if you do have an excellent student with excellent high school grades and excellent SAT results, then they can get up to $15,000 per year. Students without SAT can get up to $8,000 per year. and that is based on their average, usually it's the high school average, and their English proficiency results. Transfer students can get a scholarship of up to $11,500 per year, and that is based on their university average. And then we have a few students, especially from India. You may have students in the arts, music and art. They do have additional scholarships. Some of our academic departments do have additional scholarships. Engineering has one, chemistry has one, business has one. These are relatively small amounts, sometimes as little as $1,000 per year. Some of them are more. These do have a deadline, so the deadline for most of them is February 1st for an August start, and they are only for first-year freshman undergraduate students. Almost all of our international undergraduates do receive a scholarship. So to put that in perspective, you need to know what our costs are. So our costs for the upcoming academic year will be almost $28,000 for tuition. Room and board, this would be a standard double room with 14 meals per week, is almost $10,000. And then, as you may know, to qualify for an I-20 student visa document, you need to show that you have extra funding just for your personal expenses, to buy your books, for your transportation, if you have any emergencies to take care of. So it's almost $42,000 of financial support that you need to document to get an undergraduate I-20. The prices vary for different graduate programs, so we can get you that information. And if you do receive a scholarship from the university, and most undergraduate students would, then that scholarship would be included in that amount, so the amount that you would document would actually be less. And because we're a private school, all students pay the same. So a student from Indiana or a student from the U.S., a U.S. citizen, they have the same charges that an international student would have. So here is our contact information. In addition to working through Study Metro, students are welcome to ask me questions as well. Basically, all I do at my work is email students and look at their documents all week long. So I would be your admission counselor for undergraduates, so I'm very happy to work with you through Study Metro, and you can always ask me a question directly as well. So that is what I wanted to go over today. What questions does everybody have?
Anybody got any questions? So you got any questions for her?
Yeah. I would like to know what are the research options for a student for undergrad physics.
Yes, and I'm afraid I don't know the details about that. I know that you would work with the faculty members, and they have various projects going on. I know we did have another student actually ask that question by email last week, and I put him in touch with a physics faculty member. So if you would like to contact me through Study Metro or directly, then I could put you in touch with a faculty member, and they can tell you about the specific research opportunities. Because we're a small university, if you want to do research, you can do research. From the first year is fine. The faculty is very eager to do that, and we do have a lot of students who will have a very good project, and they will go on and present that at professional conferences. They'll travel with the faculty member to a professional conference to present that, and the faculty tries to help them get funding for that. And some students have even published in professional journals their findings.
One other question. Do we need physics subject tests, SAT scores for admission into the BS programs?
No, you do not need. None of our majors require subject tests.
Okay.
So just the regular SAT.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Anyone else got any questions? I guess ma'am you joined late and you are looking for undergrad degree?
Undergraduate courses.
Okay. University of Indianapolis is for undergrad. So any majors you're looking so that Kay can explain you on that?
This is the University of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
We were looking at economics and international business.
Okay.
Economics and international business undergraduate programs.
Yes, yes. So economics and international business. So actually those are two majors that our School of Business has just integrated into other majors. So now it's mainly a finance major and they cover some economics as well as international business is covered in our business administration program. So in business, we now have accounting, finance, business administration and management, operations, supply chain management, information systems, and data science, data analytics. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but we no longer have specialized undergraduate majors in economics or international business.
Okay.
So it's a generalized course which will come under the finance. It will come under the subject of finance, and under finance you'll have these courses, is it?
That's correct, yes, yes.
All right. All right. So even in the third year of undergraduation, you can't major in one of these?
In economics and international business, no, not unless the School of Business makes a change. But at this point, you cannot major in economics or international business.
Right. And you have on-campus living?
Yes, we do. We have 7 residence halls plus an apartment complex. So we do have on-campus living for all of our students. If they're interested, it's not required, but it is available. And I do highly recommend it especially for first-year students. First of all, it's difficult to look for an apartment if you're not there, if you're living in another country. So it's very convenient and secure and safe, and it's the best way to get involved on campus, meet other students. So we highly recommend it, at least for the first year, and many of our students choose to live on campus through their whole program, and they'll start out usually in a standard double room. If we have a first-year student, especially if they're older, and they want a single room or something like that, if we have space, they can have it. And then usually as students advance in their academic program, they will usually gravitate toward our residence halls that are more like apartments, and then maybe for their junior and senior year, they might choose to move into our apartment complex.
Ma'am, how many international students do you have as a ratio compared to the entire number of students?
Yeah, we have 5,400 students in total, 5,400. And we have this semester, and we usually have less in the January semester, which is the semester we're in now, we have 400 international students.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
So how much number of Indian students you got?
He's asking is out of 5,400 students, how many,
Yes.
about 400 international students?
That is correct, yes.
Right. And international would mean you have a good mix of international students, or?
Yes, we have students currently from 60 countries, 60. So it's actually a very wide variety. India is one of the countries from which we have the largest group of students. So we currently, I said that on an earlier slide, I believe it's 70. We currently have 70 students from India.
All right. And your liberal arts program has a couple of majors that you can do. I mean, do you have any idea about that?
Liberal arts?
Yes, in the liberal arts, which economics is actually a liberal arts program. It's not really a business program. So
Right, yes.
Economics in your liberal arts program?
We do not have economics in our liberal arts program. Before this year, we did offer economics, and the way we structured it was in the School of Business. So we do have a lot of liberal arts programs, international relations, history, social work, sociology, criminal justice, English, languages. I don't know if there are any others that you are interested in.
Okay. No, we'll have
Art.
to look at the brochure and just see what are the other courses.
Right, right.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Excellent questions.
Thank you, Kay. As we are already running short of time, okay, I will ask all the students if they have any questions who are attending online and physically over here, can take down the
Okay.
email ID and the Skype of Kay, and they can contact her directly or through Study Metro. Okay, they will write you a mail on that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kay. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone's help at Study Metro to give me the opportunity to speak with you. And I so appreciate you attending the webinar today, and in person or online. I'm very glad that I had this opportunity to connect with you. And I look forward to connecting with you in the future, online, by email, and then someday in person. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the fair experience today. Thank you.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you.